Biostimulators, let's talk about them. You're seeing facial sag, you're seeing jowls, you're seeing loose skin, and it varies from day to day. And you're seeing people get injections, saying their skincare works. Well, maybe it's facial exercises. Maybe there's some new latest and greatest laser out there that they're saying made me look 20 years younger. And you heard about biostimulators, and it is a confusing world. There are about 5 we want to talk about, and we'll decipher some of these differences. Now, I'm also going to tell you how much each of these costs. Number 1, think Sculptra. Number 2, Radiesse. Number 3, PRF, which is your all natural blood product. Number 4, there's something called polynucleotides. And number 5, you have PMMA, or polymethyl methacrylate. So these are all products that go in and they stimulate your own collagen. They use your body to create inflammation, a degree of inflammation. And this is what scares so many people. You hear the word inflammation and you're like, oh, that's a bad thing. But understand, there's good and there's bad inflammation. So long-term inflammation is bad. Short-term inflammation is not so bad. What is short-term? Well, on the order of 1 to 3 to 4 weeks, somewhere in there. Even an LED mask is going to cause a degree of inflammation, quote unquote, after you use it for 10 minutes. And that's LED. LED, of course, is light emitting diodes. Sorry for the light change here. The sun is just coming up. And I guess you got to find the best light here. Maybe that's it. I got to walk backwards. So if we start with, say, Sculptra. Sculptra is probably the most ubiquitous. You find it commonly in med spas, and it's up 40% in use over the past 1 year. So what's happened is a lot of people are trying to inject it, but they're not experienced. You need to be experienced with all biostimulators. It's a relatively new concept to a lot of injectors. It's way easier to grab filler out of a box and just inject it. So it takes different mindset and different thinking, and you need great before and after pictures because all of these biostimulators work gradually over time in terms of giving their best results. PLLA, Sculptra, you can't put it in certain areas, such as under the eye, around the mouth, in the lips, and you have to mix it up. You have to concentrate it and dilute it. So it's complex to use. But the biggest problem is people see results over time, over months and months. But the good news is it lasts 2 to 5 years. It's one of my favorites. But again, you need to see an expert. Sculptra, what's it going to cost you? You want to think about $3,000 to $5,000 if you're roughly at the age of 40 to 50. That's the amount of bone loss, the collagen, and the skin rejuvenation that we need to replace in my practice that I see regularly. Now keep in mind, you'll get knockoffs of Sculptra that have PLLA in them, but in different concentrations. But look at the ingredients in the vials. Often they're exactly the same contents, maybe some impurities, and you just don't know the particle size in some of these products. And the particle size is what determines your result and lack of side effects. Meaning if the particle size is wrong, you're going to get nodules, granulomas, and reactions. If you want to be super safe, stick with the most known product. In this case, that's Sculptra. Of course, you will hear some influencers say, hey, I got a better result with Lanluma than Sculptra. 99% of the time, of course, it had nothing to do with the product because it's the same product, but it is the dose, the concentration, and the number of vials that they received, not one versus another, like Lanluma versus Sculptra. Buyer beware. I did a complete video on Lanluma versus Sculptra. I'll put that at the end of the video. You can click to watch that should you wish. If you think Radiesse has calcium particles in it and then carboxymethyl cellulose, which is a carrier. So you do get instant type of results. However, it doesn't last quite as long as Sculptra, and a lot of people with the initial volume they get a little freaked out because it does provide crazy, beautiful angles if placed correctly. If wrong, people feel a little botched with it, but that only lasts about 2 to 4 weeks. But now a lot of people dilute it and hyper dilute it so you don't get that big effect from it, and then people see more of the biostimulator effect. But again, it's going to take months to work. I like that product, and again, a lot of practices have it, but there's not a lot of experience on hyper diluting it, so you'll see conflicting reports. But if you want something that works a little quicker, Radiesse is your beast there. I like it. Radiesse. Now, Radiesse price is variable throughout the country and the world, but in general, 3 to 6 syringes you want to think about. The price range will be $2,000 to $3,000. Longevity for this product, think about 1 year. You might get 18 months. If you really take care of your skin, think towards 2 years. Now, before we move on, do me one big favor. If you're getting value from any of my content, click like below this video. Most importantly, click subscribe. Join me. It lets me and YouTube know you like these videos and it gives you great value. Next, let's move on to polynucleotides. Polynucleotides. Now, these are relatively new to the United States, so many of you may not have heard a lot about them. Europe and Asia, very, very common. I was just in a show in Asia and they were all over, along with exosomes. They're everywhere. But polynucleotides, poly meaning many, nucleotides, that's what's making up your DNA and RNA, and they're chains of these. They can come from different sources, but often you'll hear of, and you probably know this, salmon DNA skincare. You've heard that before. But a lot of times they come from salmon DNA. And these little nucleotides code for signals that signal rejuvenation. So, thicker dermis, fibroblast growth, collagen, elastin. When you think of biostimulators like this and others, the whole milieu of your extracellular matrix improves. So things that chew up your collagen, like collagenases, like MMPs, matrix metalloproteinases, those decrease. So you chew up less collagen and you make and build more collagen at the same time. That's the idea for polynucleotides. You're going to hear much more on these over time. Polynucleotides, average cost $1,000 to $2,000. Check out this rock here. Gorgeous rock formations, like it kind of melted into shape. I love it. I'd say that's one of my favorites. Okay, so what about PRF and all natural? Well, it absolutely exists now, and you can get PRF and Easy Gel Plasmafil, which is a filler style heated up. Problem becomes people in practices are using, you want to use the word fake or you want to use the word rigged up systems. That means what they're doing is trying to take any spinner and any tube, put it together and spin it down. And what happens is they don't know whether there's exosomes and growth factors in that mix, because it's not just about any tube and any spinner. It's a very particular spin at a particular speed. So you get rid of your red cells, you get rid of most of the white blood cells, and you spin it so that you have the exact milieu of growth factors and exosomes. That's what you want in the spin. And the other thing people are getting is they're getting PRP injected, because people don't have PRF because it is tricky to make. And so they're getting PRP. Well, PRP does not work that well. There's heparin, sodium citrate, and blood thinners. So real PRF, you can put it just about anywhere. It's 100% natural. If you have autoimmune problems, you can use it. Yes, you need great pictures. Why? These results occur over time. You're going to see results occur over months, weeks, months, and years. So my patients at 15, 18 months after 2 sessions look much better than they did at baseline. So again, you have to have some patience, but it's all natural. The payoff is huge if you have a little bit of patience to understand it's not filler. You're not going to get your selfie at the cocktail lounge party tonight. It's something where you're going to get your results better and better over time. And how often you need to repeat it, the number one question I get asked, if you're on nutraceuticals, if you use your sunscreen, if you take care of your skin, if you're not having a lot of bone loss, watch my videos on bone loss. If you're not getting a lot of sun exposure like I am right now, all those things will help protect your skin and your investment. And you may only do it every year to 2 to 3, especially if you're on great skincare, LED masks, if you're using red light. So longevity depends on your aging rate, and you want to reduce your aging rate. PRF, now this price will be variable. If you're getting it just liquid, think $1,000 to $1,800. If you're getting it mixed into a gel, like Plasmafil, then you want to think of more towards $2,500 a session. With this, you want to think of doing 2 sessions of all these biostimulators, but particularly PRF, Think 2 sessions, 6 weeks apart, just like Sculptra. As you can see, it's early in the morning. I'm already sweating. I'm going to dive into that water. It's a pretty nice beach right here. It's gorgeous. Yesterday I got stung by a couple things. Bellafill, how much is it going to cost you? Well, by the age of 40 to 50, think 1 kit, that's 5 syringes, average price $4,500. Keep in mind here, this is going to last you pretty much forever. The result you get, you'll have forever. And so you make money up on the longer end of the game here, meaning your results will be long lasting. So you might pay a little more upfront, but for a lot of people, they won't entertain anything that isn't longer term. I have so many people in my practice. I'm not going to come in for injections all the time. I want something the longest lasting, Rajani. That's the one I want. Then Bellafill I turn to. Now, before we move on, know that I have QuizMD. So if you go there, you can answer a few questions and it will give you an exact skincare routine for you, given your exact skin type, to keep your skin beautiful and vibrant. One thing people miss with longevity is they look at the approval trial, and the approval trial might say it lasts 6 months, it lasts 1 year, it lasts 2 years. The approval trials are pretty much junk for real life. They don't give you the real picture of how long things last, because the approval trials are by the companies, sponsored by the companies, to get approved and come to market so that they make money. You want to talk to real clinicians in real practice, seeing real patients here, because take hyaluronic acid fillers that most of them are approved for 1 year. We know they last 10 years in the face. The problem is the results may be 1 year and the filler migrates behind the eye, up into the nose, in the lip, it migrates around so it flattens out. So the appearance goes away, but they're still in your face, and that can be dangerous. So when you talk longevity, talk to your practitioner. Okay, check this out. I almost stepped on this guy walking around. This is one of the most poisonous lizards. Oh, he's coming this way. And I think when they attack, they can come really quiet fast. Rajani's not taking the risk here. These things grab you. He's coming right at me. Okay, see you guys. So biostimulators are the future of facial tightening and rejuvenation. You're now going to want to watch this video all about Plasmafil and me getting my procedure done, and one down here on natural ways to boost your collagen so you don't need anything done.